I remember sitting on my bed so ashamed of myself because I had these really ambitious goals, but I wasn't even close to achieving them. I wanted to make online money and actually start a business and be successful, but I had made no progress to this goal. I had wasted so much time, and I knew that the only thing stopping me was myself, that I was the problem. And I remember journaling about it so much that I need to lock in, right? We didn't used to say that before, but I knew that I needed to remove every distraction, that everything had to change in my life, that I had to go all in on this goal. But no matter how hard I tried, no matter what I did, I just couldn't consistently be focused and disciplined towards my goals. So I never made any progress. I would delete all of the social media apps. I would do all of that stuff, right? I would tell myself, I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna actually make an insane amount of progress to my goals. But I never would. No matter what happened, I would go 1 day, 2 days, but after a little while, I would stop being consistent. I would go back to my old habits. I would go back to skipping prayers, moving away from Allah. Obviously, I didn't get closer to my goals. I knew how important my goals were, but I just couldn't be focused and disciplined towards them, because one of the reasons was I didn't know how to get there. I didn't know how to actually make money online. And it was this confusion. It was this lack of clarity that was stopping me from moving forward. I knew I needed to take the action, but I didn't know what to do. So it was easier for me to default back to my old bad habits, right? Just watching YouTube, silly old Sidemen videos, watching TikToks and everything, right? It was easier for me to get distracted because I didn't know what to do. As time went on, as I grew and as I learned, and still had this problem of not knowing what to do and not taking action, not being productive, not being disciplined because of this lack of clarity, I realized that I need to just take action anyways. When I don't know what to do, when I'm confused on what the next step is, on what the next 10 steps are, when I'm confused, all I need to do is do something. I can do anything, and that will be better than what I currently did, which was do nothing. I knew I needed to take action. I knew I needed to start going and making progress to my goals, no matter even if I was wrong, even if I failed. And honestly, this took months and months for this to even start happening, right? Where I realized this and I was maybe I should not, maybe I shouldn't. I just started taking action after months, right? I started just doing the videos. I just started doing the work that I thought was right, that I thought would get me in the right direction, and I just did it. And do you know what happened? Because I just tried to do something which was better than nothing, I actually started to figure out the path. I figured out what I needed to do, what I need to do next, what I need to stop doing. And I actually became productive. It was easier for me to not focus on the distractions, to move away from them, to not scroll on social media or anything like that, because I knew that if I just focused on this path, I would actually make progress to my goals. Maybe not today, but on a long enough time frame. And because of just having this intention to doing anything rather than nothing, I actually became that productive, disciplined version of myself. And I also started to make progress in business. I made my first sale. Before I knew it, I kept going, right? I built up on the momentum. And before I knew it, I made my first $50 sale. But I kept going, right? I had the momentum and I was I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep doing the actions that have already yielded me the $50. Even though it wasn't a lot, I had to do so much work and effort for it. I told myself, I'm gonna keep going. And then it was $1,000 sale. Then it was another $1,000 sale. And I was just closing clients. And it was only because I actually started to do the actions in the first place. And of course, all of this is through Allah's will and everything like that. But Allah allowed me to do the actions in the first place, right? And I didn't know what I was doing. I knew that I was doing something, but I didn't know if it was right. I thought it was right. It was just pure intuition, right? I just did something. And with time, I corrected myself. I made adjustments. I got better. And that's when eventually things start to work out. And you need to understand this yourself. For you to unlock your risk, you need to like do the actions. You can't just sit at home waiting for the money to get transferred to you from thin air. You need to actually get out there and put in the work, do the actions. No matter like how confused you are, no matter how you think you don't know what to do, just have that intuition. There are some ideas inside of your head, right? For business, whatever it is, you have some rough idea. Just try it. Don't be afraid of failure, of people thinking like, oh, who's this guy? Or like, don't be afraid of that. Just try it. Just do it. Whatever happens, like right now, you winning is just you taking that little bit of action, you trying, you sending that outreach, you making that video. So if you can just do it, if it's only like 3 outreaches a day, 5 outreaches a day, if you just try something, you will actually see yourself make progress. You will actually see yourself get results on a long enough time frame, because that one little small action where you just tried something, even though you were afraid, even though you lacked clarity, even though you were confused, that will snowball into bigger and bigger actions that will actually yield you the results on the long term. And I know for myself that this confusion, this lack of clarity, it made it easy for me to distract myself. It made it easy for me to go down the wrong path, do the wrong habit, to move away from Allah, because I didn't have like this sense of direction. But that's all right. What you need is just to do something that you think is right. Maybe you can ask your mentor, you can literally join my free community and ask me for free. I won't even charge you anything. But you have to understand, you need to just do something, and with time, you'll correct course. With time, you'll correct your direction. And doing just that one little action helps with your self-image. It takes you away from that undisciplined, unproductive version of yourself and to the better, higher, transcendent version of you. So as long as you do something and you strive to do those small actions and strive to get better and better, you will actually correct course. And that lack of clarity, all of that confusion you have in your head will kind of go away, and you'll see the path be formed in front of you through Allah's will. And I want you to understand this. The reason you're confused, you don't know what to do, you don't know what you want, it's because you're not even like doing anything. You need to do the things before you know what to actually do. I know it's like so crazy and weird to explain, but you need to like just try something, just do something, and then the answers will come to you. You cannot like sit at home thinking about going to an adventure, but like, oh, what route should I go on, or what should I do? I wonder how the weather's gonna be, when you're inside your room locked in. What you need to do is like actually go outside, start taking the routes, start going down on the streets, go climb that big mountain. Then with time, with experience, you will see what is the right path, what is the right thing to do, and what's not the right thing to do. And automatically, you will move away from those bad habits. You will move away from like distraction, social media, whatever is distracting you right now. You will move away from it and to a closer and better version of yourself. I hope this was valuable for you. Go watch the video on your screen. Bye.